Does anyone have any particularly strong questions we could answer while we kind of kill time here?
Can you stay in your visage form while in combat, says Alejandro. No, my man, you cannot. That's because the Drakthir is like completely reliant on actually being a Drakthir with a tail and all that shit. So that should be a no. Right, how do you feel about the Evoker class on single target? Man, it's so weird because you've got the red path and the blue path, right? Now, the red path is more you... So you got Living Flame, which is like you're just one of your main fillers, right? So you're firing that off, and it can proc almost like a Rain of Fire thingy. But then you can spec that so that it puts a dot on your target, such that you can actually maintain 3 stacks of that dot on 2 different targets, and then use Pyre, which is one of your essence spenders, to then kind of like try to maintain the dot from your big fire breath. And that ends up actually getting like a pretty engaging little gameplay flow. But right now, I don't have a perfect feel for how it actually clicks together yet, is what I will say. So I definitely want to get that soon. Not to say that it hasn't clicked for me I guess, yeah, it literally just hasn't clicked for me yet. I think I'd say that in a decently normal way, though. I'll see. Certainly, for like one-off video, or one-off like abilities, really awesome. Like the Essence Blast, or whatever it's called. Like your empowered abilities, those are the ones that you hold your button down for. Those feel really great. The big, like, fire... Like, you know, you flap up and you fly across while breathing fire. Like, that's fucking awesome. So, they feel cool. And, I mean, Matt, what do you think about the healer? You seem to be really glowing about it.
It's hard to tell unless I actually take it into instance content, which there was none in the alpha at the moment. But in terms of, like, what you can actually do with the whole bronze aspect is very much based around, like, time and a little bit. So you've got stuff like Stasis where you can bank your own spell. You've got Echo, which duplicates like healing spells and all of its effects. So there's like, they definitely took, because I think healing gameplay isn't the best, but healer class design is generally some of the best in like World of Warcraft compared to like DPS and tanks. And they've definitely went, what niche do we not have filled? And I guess it's sad for anyone who wants the like Chronomancer mage, because that's kind of a little bit of what the Evoker does. And it's really fun to play with. Like, a lot of that's on paper, to be fair, as opposed to actually, you know, seeing what it's like. But there's some definite problems with, like, essence and, like, resources and some stuff, like how Living Flame is really expensive and Azure Strike's kind of expensive for a filler. But generally, it's like, I'm looking at it going, I genuinely can't wait to give this a try. And that's kind of weird for me, considering, like, the recent Holy Paladin changes kind of boofed me off that class to play Druid instead. So I'm looking forward to it. Actually, like, I'm annoyed how much I want to play it.
Yeah. Yeah, the fantasy's there. And you know what? Even just being able to soar your 5-minute racial, that's so fucking cool. You can just use Dragonflight anywhere, and it goes so fast. I think, actually, Matt, I think it was data mined at one point that it's like 980% speed. It's like what it can max out at. I don't know if that's dragon riding or just the Drakthir soar ability, but certainly I did a little test, and I'll tease a video. I'll tease it, and you're going to see this video later, but I decided to go from one end of Stormwind to the other. One, in my Drakthir, using their racial ability that is basically just Dragonflight, and the other one in my Flying Mount. And suffice to say, there was a very large speed difference between the two. Love your apartment. Thank you. It is in fact not my apartment, but it does have very similar colors to my apartment because I painted my bedroom with this exact paint, and then I came in here. I'm like, what the fuck do I do for this room? I'm like, oh, I know. I'll paint it that way. So when I wake up in the morning, I see exactly the same room as I come into work. But it's nice in here. It's nice. I like, I like the grays. I like the rich blues. It's good shit.